Greetings everyone, welcome to The Rich Rabbit. Luxury is in fashion and is now to be found within almost every retail, manufacturing, and service sector. The most famous initials in the world, LV, that stands for Louis Vuitton. For this legendary brand, everything started in the middle of the 19th century, and since then, its fame is still rising. Its history has been written by some great designers. Are you ready to discover everything about Louis Vuitton's history? Relax and take a seat. The Rich Rabbit is here to tell you everything about it. Let's talk about some history. Louis Vuitton was a distinguished French fashion designer and businessman. Initially a box maker and packer, Louis Vuitton later founded the iconic brand. Vuitton left his home at the age of 13 and walked 292 miles to reach Paris, where he took an apprentice in the workshop of a box maker, Monsieur Marchal. Within a few years, he gained the reputation among Paris's elite and fashionable class. His fortunes rose when he was appointed as the trunk maker to Empress Eugenie de Montijo. This position opened an avenue to a new class of royal and non-parallel clientele. It was there that he and his craftsmen created what is still regarded as one of the most iconic travel accessories of all time, the waterproof flat-top luggage trunk. At the time, flat trunk luggage was popular, but often attracted thieves. Vuitton is also credited for revolutionizing the luggage lock, putting a single lock system on his luggage, which is still in use today. The famous LV monogram. In 1896, the iconic LV monogram was introduced, nearly 50 years before Gucci's emblem was designed. By the mid-20th century, Louis Vuitton luggage became a staple item for jet-setters, and the brand expanded into daywear, which saw the introduction of the iconic LV purse. By the 1990s, the brand was so successful that now legendary designer Dapper Dan was able to make a fortune selling knockoffs to rappers. Even wearing faux Louis Vuitton was a symbol of status. Crafted with much precision and passion, the brand is very touchy about its designers. So much so, it's trademarked the stripe term, even making the color combinations its signature. Nonetheless, the brand's increasing popularity only heightened counterfeits. That's when Louis Vuitton's son came up with an idea of the famous Louis Vuitton monogram, 3 floral motifs, and the founder's initials. Interlaced, the LV signature we are quite acquired with. Road to success. Over the years, Louis Vuitton introduced some of the most famous bags in the world, such as the Speedy bag and the Neverfull tote. In 1997, the brand started to design women's clothing, and 3 years later expanded to men's clothing as well. Today, it's a billion-dollar company, selling not just bags, but also clothes, shoes, watches, jewelry, accessories, and perfume. And their success keeps building and building. Vuitton quoted that, "Louis Vuitton, the world's biggest luxury brand in terms of sales, is planning to dampen its expansion worldwide and focus on high-end products to preserve its exclusive image. A special line in the company policy is personalization and the design of custom goods, which allows even the most demanding clients to get exactly what they want, handmade bags or not." Interestingly, if you expect that handmade means made by hand only, you'd be wrong. In 2010, the Advertising Standards Authority, the ASA, ruled that Louis Vuitton's handmade ad campaign was misleading because they actually used sewing machines too. However, this little incident didn't ruin the reputation of LV as a company devoted to quality. LV argued that the use of hand sewing machines was part of what would be expected to amount to handmade in the 21st century. Designed and promoted by the best talent. One of the best secrets of LV's success is that its products are designed and promoted by the best talent. Over the years, top names in the fashion industry such as Helmut Lang, Azzedine Alaïa, Sibilla, Manolo Blahnik, Vivienne Westwood, Isaac Mizrahi, Steven Sprouse, and Romeo Gili were involved with LV. Even a beginning marketer knows that you might have the perfect product, but go nowhere without adequate promotion. So how do you promote glamorous luxury goods? With glamorous models and celebrities, of course. Quality is key. From day one, quality has been at the core of every single Louis Vuitton product, and this strategy pays off. Louis Vuitton doesn't do marketing. They just create products that are exceptional in their design and craftsmanship. Every bag made by Louis Vuitton is individually handmade with the utmost care, and even though the company now operates on a very large scale, they still know how to maintain that small company feeling. Eyeing that LV bag and waiting for it to go on sale? Don't bother. Louis Vuitton never does a sale or gives discounts on their items. This brand is exclusive. Exclusivity is another secret to the success of the brand. Louis Vuitton has always tried to counter mass production with short-term, limited edition series. This means that not everyone will own the same bag, and means that those who do get their hands on a limited edition bag get fantastic exclusivity. When products come out in small numbers, a buzz is created instantly, and people crave the latest style of bag. Because of this scarcity, waiting lists become longer and longer, and the products even more desirable. Technological advancements. Louis Vuitton keeps on inventing itself and is successful because it adapts to the needs of its customers. Louis Vuitton knows how to innovate and stay true to their classic traditions at the same time. Through numerous collaborations, the brand has worked with artists and designers such as Jeff Koons, Takashi Murakami, and Pharrell Williams, who have all created their own limited edition lines. These series help the brand connect to new and younger audiences. Louis Vuitton and Marc Jacobs. The partnership between Louis Vuitton and Marc Jacobs was celebrated in 2012 for its 15th anniversary with an exposition at Musée des Arts Décoratifs in Paris, which compared the lives of the American designer and the founder of the brand. These celebrations seemed like a farewell. After a year of speculations, Marc Jacobs left Louis Vuitton in 2013, staging a total black catwalk show and collection. Let's talk about some legacy. In 1857, the company participated in the Universal Expedition in Paris. To protect against the duplication of his look, Vuitton changed the Trianon design to a beige and brown striped design in 1876. By 1885, the company opened its first store in London on Oxford Street. Soon thereafter, due to the continuing imitation of his look, in 1888, Vuitton created the damier canvas pattern, which bore a logo that read Marquis L. Vuitton Déposé, which translates into L. Vuitton registered trademark. In 1892, Louis Vuitton died, and the company's management passed to his son. Most valuable brand. The Louis Vuitton brand and the LV monogram are amongst the world's most valuable brands. According to the Millward Brown 2010 study, Louis Vuitton is the world's 29th most valuable brand, right after Gillette and before Wells Fargo. The brand itself is estimated to be worth over $27.3 billion. For 6 consecutive years, Louis Vuitton was number 1 of the 10 most powerful brands list. It was more than double the value of the second-ranking brand. Unlike most fashion houses that design bag collections according to trends and seasons, LV bags are consistently fashionable and timeless. You can use your Louis Vuitton bag for years and still look modern. Did you know? We have all been praised for Louis Vuitton. But did you know that the world's most valuable brand has to its credit not only uphill treads, but also a few slip-off? One of them being the Chewy Vuitton case, for which Louis Vuitton sued the dog toy owner Hate Dignity Dog for trademark infringement. Naturally, the case ruled not in favor of Louis Vuitton, as the brand's patented signature could no way be infringed by a satirical marketing gimmick, and more so, one that involves a pet chew toy and bed. As compared to its most luxurious, Louis Vuitton's largest luxurious boutique stands tall at 101 Avenue des Champs-Élysées, Paris. Spread over 1,800 square meters, the brand initially had a store at the same venue, but shut it down for renovation around 2 years, revamping and reopening doors to Louis Vuitton's impartial collection for both men and women. Did you know that Louis Vuitton gives away bags to the press before its collection hits the runway? Well, the SSO5 Lizard Pieces Pochette, FW07 Squinchy Bag, and the SSO7 TDF Cabas, with the Speedy Encrust, among others, were the giveaways that found ownership with the press. If not the runways, it's Christmas that the press look forward to. Here, not out of reverence for the occasion, rather towards LV's Christmas goodies. Another of the most popular bags Louis Vuitton has produced, the Alma, has been one of the most sought after. Dazzling its clientele with its chic, stylish, and sophisticated look and feel, the Alma found its way to the wardrobes of many celebs, so much that it was the only bag Chanel ever carried other than one of her own creations. The House of Vuitton as a brand is more than 160 years old. It was founded in 1854 in Rue Neuve des Capucines. Louis Vuitton is cheaper in its home of France than in China. No wonder so many Chinese tourists return from their French getaway with new LV bags. How many of you would like to own a Louis Vuitton bag? What is your favorite elite brand? Let us know in the comments section below. Still here? Here is a fun fact for all of you. Each bag of LV goes through several durability tests before it makes its way to stores worldwide. Each bag is filled with 3.5 kilograms of weights and dropped from half a meter for 4 days. The material also goes through ultraviolet treatment to prevent fading. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also hit the bell icon button so that you get a notification whenever we post a new video.